Hey guys, welcome to WP Beginner and thanks for watching. In this video, I want to walk you through how to set up your own photography site using WordPress, and we'll walk through it step by step. So if you're ready, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is we need to set up our hosting plan. So I'm going to go to WP Beginner and I want to go to Deals. We'll go to Hosting and all the way down, we're going to use HostGator for this. WP Beginner has a coupon that we're going to use right here. So if you click on this, it'll copy that information and it'll open up HostGator for us so we can get started. Now from here, you just want to enter all the information, and you can, if you already have your domain, you can click on that and say you already own it. Enter your domain name here. If you don't, you can register a new site and see if it's available. And if it's not, it'll tell you it's not available, but then it will come up with some alternatives that you can use. And we've already chosen our hosting plan. So now I'm just going to go through, pause the video while I go ahead and set this up, and I'll be right back. All right, so now that we have our hosting set up, we need to go ahead and install WordPress. So I'm going to scroll down. And you're looking for something called like the quick install. We'll click on that. And we're looking for the WordPress quick install. And we'll go ahead and say install WordPress for us. Pick the site. Here they're asking for a little bit more information and you just want to fill that in. When you have it all filled out, just click Install WordPress. Okay, cancel out of that. Okay, now that we have our WordPress installed, let's go ahead and log in to the admin portion of our website. So I'm going to go to my site /WP admin, and you'll want to bookmark this because this is how you can access the admin portion of your site anytime you need to. Now this is what it will look like when you first install your WordPress site. So we're going to do a little bit of cleanup first. I'm going to go into plugins, and there's some plugins that are already installed, and we're just going to remove them. We don't need them. I'll show you the ones that you'll want. We will keep Akismet. I'm going to do a bulk. You can bulk deactivate all of those and hit apply. And now I want to select them all, keep Akismet, and I want to delete all of those. And that just cleans up your site a little bit. Now, even though I'm keeping that, I'm going to go ahead and deactivate that. What Akismet is, it's a great way to keep spam from hitting your blog. So Akismet's a really good thing, and you can go in and set that up. Okay, now that we've done a little bit of cleanup, we can just take a look at the site and see what it looks like right now with WordPress installed. This is it. It has the default 2015 theme on the site right now, and this is what it looks like with bare bones information, but we'll fix that. So the first thing we want to do is let's go ahead and get a theme that is great for photography. So we're going to go in and we're going to search the thousands of themes that are available in the repository, and we'll add a new one. So I'm under Appearance, Themes, and while I'm here, these are the 3 themes that are currently installed on our website. This is the one that we see, and then these are the older themes that come with WordPress. But we want to go in and we want to click Add New, and now we can search themes, and this is pulling from the WordPress repository of all the themes that they've reviewed and approved. And so I'm going to look for photography themes, and you can just go through and see which one you like. Kind of scroll through and see what might suit you. I know I'm actually going to use a particular theme called Patio for this. And this is the one I want to use. What you can do when you see one that you like is you can view the details of it, get an idea of what it looks like. If it looks good and you like it, now this will look a little bit different once we have more information on our site. Then you can click install here. I'll show you a few other things. Details and preview you can also install here, and that's what I'll do. And what it does is it downloads the whole theme to your website and unpackages it, and we'll go ahead and activate it here as well. Alright, now that we're using this theme, let's go ahead and add some images. So I'm going to go to Media, Add New, and I want to add a few images to work with. So I'm going to go to my computer, and these are the ones that I've saved. I'm going to select them all and drag it over. Now what I want to do is create a few posts, and these posts are what will come to the front page once I add them. So I'm just going to do some simple posts with the featured image set, and I'm going to do that a few more times. Alright, if we go to all posts, we'll see we have about 4, and then Hello World, which is the default post that comes when you first install. So let's go to our site, and we'll click refresh, and we'll see what it starts to look like. It's really beautiful, kind of brings it all out. And you see Hello World would be something different if we had another one there. So that's looking good. The next thing we want to do is we want to set up some pages. So we'll have some menus. And these will be somewhat blank. We're not going to add the content. We just want to add the pages. So I'm going to do Home. About Us. Contact. And then since this is a photography site, let's go ahead and add a gallery page. Okay. Now if we go back to our site and we click refresh, now you see that our menu has been set up. Now you can change that by going back to your dashboard. Let's go to Appearance, Menus. And right now it's just pulling in all the pages because we haven't set a menu up. So let's go ahead and set up a menu. Create New, Create Main Menu. And it's wanting to bring all of these over by default. You can remove these by clicking on the down arrow and say remove. And I'll do that with this one as well. And these others you can drag and drop them to make it look however you want. Over here you also can add a custom link here. If you have a particular set of categories, say of photography tips, you can add that to the menu as well. But we're pretty happy with this, so I'm going to just click Create Menu. Alright, now that I've created it, I need to give it a location. So I want to go under Manage Locations. And for this particular theme, I have a primary menu. And since that's the only menu I have, I'm going to go ahead and set up my main menu. Now understand that each theme has its own set of menu locations and menu items that you can choose from. So if you're using another theme, you may have several here to choose from. All right, now we'll just take a quick look. And that's what it looks like. All right, so our site is starting to take shape. And what we want to do next is add the gallery. To do that, we're actually going to use a great plugin. We haven't talked about plugins yet. Plugins are ways to extend the functionality of your website. And to do that, we're going to go back to our dashboard and we're going to go down to Plugins, Add New. We're going to add a few more, but the first one we're doing is the plugin that we're looking for is the Envira Gallery Lite plugin. So I'm going to install that now. And like the theme, it goes out to the repository, grabs it, unpacks it, and we're going to go ahead and activate the plugin as well. All right, once it's activated, we have a little Envira Gallery area down here. So I'm going to click on Envira Gallery so you can see. Currently, we don't have any galleries. So we're going to add a new gallery. And you can name this whatever you want. Now you can either upload the images from here, or you can insert from other sources. And since I already have these uploaded, I'm going to pick these. I can go through and choose which ones I want to use. Let's do that one. And insert into gallery. And when it inserts, you can see them down here. While this is open like this, you can also move and change the location of all the images and how they're going to look. Now that we have all of those uploaded, we can go and configure it. And from here, you can choose how you want the gallery to look. I want to do 2 columns. The gallery theme, since it's the light, we only have the base to choose from. You can, from here, it automatically enables the lightbox pop-up. That's when you click on an image and it pulls it up into a lightbox. Again, the base is the only one we have so far. And you can also choose between the caption positions. We're not going to worry about that. And then there's some miscellaneous items to look at. So we'll click Publish. Great. Once I click Publish, now it's telling me that I can highlight this, which I will, and I can copy this short code, and I can put that wherever I want. So if I want to, which I do, I want to go to my pages. And you remember that gallery that we set up? The gallery page. I'm going to edit my gallery page, and right now there's nothing there. You can do one of 2 things. You can either click the Add Gallery from here and choose the photos gallery that we did, or like what I did is I copied it, so I'm going to paste the short code there. And we can click Update. And now when we go to our site and click on the gallery, you see this beautiful gallery showing here. Now the photos look great, but I do want to add a little bit more. And to do that, I want to show you some of the pro features that Envira Gallery offers. So let's just take a look at it. Now the pro version of the Envira Gallery has some pretty great features, including you can get some gallery templates. If you notice, the one that we have was just base. You can also add some social sharing icons like for Pinterest and whatnot. There's also a way to add videos to your gallery if you want. One of the things I like for photographers are the fact that with the pro version you can add watermarking to the photos that you upload. You can also show it in a slideshow. If you're working with clients, you can do a proofing add-on so that when it's time for them to view the images that you've taken, the photographs that you've taken, then there's a proofing process that goes on there. And there are a ton of other things. One of my favorites is the Instagram add-on. So if you're taking a lot of pictures, I'm sure you're adding images to Instagram, and this add-on allows you to automatically import all of those into its own gallery. So instead of just talking to you about these, I'm actually going to upgrade to the Envira Gallery Pro. So I'm going to pause this video. You can go in as well and upgrade. And when I'm done, I'll show you how it all looks. All right, once you've gone in and purchased your Envira Gallery plugin, you want to go to the download section, and you'll just want to download the main Envira Gallery and save it somewhere on your desktop. And now we're going to go back to our website and install the pro version. So I'm going to go to my plugins, add new. And this will be a little bit different than what we've done before because we actually have the plugin installed locally. So instead of searching here, we're going to upload the plugin here. And you can choose the file. Since I have it down here, I can just left click and drag it up there, and it'll automatically bring it in, and it's ready for me to install. I also want to activate the plugin, and you'll see that we want to add the license information. So I'm going to go back to Envira Gallery, grab my license key, come back here and add it and verify. Okay, now that we have that all done, we're good to go. So let's add a few of the add-ons I was just talking about. We'll go into add-ons and let's go ahead and refresh them. Make sure that all the ones that we want to deal with are in here. And we're going to add, we want the gallery themes add-on. That gives us different themes to choose from. And I'm going to install, and then I'll click activate. I'm going to scroll down. I also want to install the Instagram add-on. I'll show you what that looks like. And we want to do the Pinterest add-on. That lets you show a pin it button. And since we're going to close that out, we'll do a proofing add-on. And we'll activate that. All right, so I've added a few add-ons. Add-ons just extend the functionality again. So go back to the Envira Gallery, work with the gallery that we're on, and if you notice, we have a few more tabs to work with. And under config, so for the gallery theme, I'm going to choose sleek and see what that looks like. Click update and click refresh. And this is actually what it looks like. When I click on it, this is the light box that pops up, and you see it scrolling through. So I updated the gallery theme. Since we updated the gallery add-on, we also have different lightbox themes to choose from. So I'm going to just try showcase and see what that looks like. Click refresh, and when I click on it, you see now the border is more prominent. So that's changing some of the themes. Now under Pinterest, you can enable the pin it button on the images and choose where you want them to go. We're going to say to the top right, and we want to go ahead and have it as the gray, and we'll update that. And for proofing, we want to enable proofing, and we can leave the save button and things like that as they are, and this will be the message that they get. You can even allow the user to specify how many of an image, the quantity of the images that they want. So we'll do that. You can also specify the size options. So with size options, say you're allowing an 8x10 or a 5x7, you can specify them here. And then when they're going through and looking at them, they can choose which ones they want. So I've set up a couple of things for proofing. I'm going to update that. Once we've done all that, let's go ahead and update our Envira Gallery, and we'll take a look at a few things that we've just set up. I'm going to go back to my gallery page and click refresh, and you'll notice a few things. First off, you now have these check marks. That's for the proofing. If you're wanting to allow the clients to proof and select which ones they want, this is the proofing in action. Say I want an 8x10 on that and 2 5x7s, and then you can submit as the end user and see how it says that they'll be in touch. Also, when I click in it, you notice that we now have a pin it button, and when I pin it, it'll go out and get pinned. The next thing I want to show you is the Instagram add-on. In order to set that up, we need to go to Settings, click on the Instagram add-on, and just remember, this is showing here because We were under add-ons earlier, and I activated it here. So let's go to Instagram, and we need to authenticate with it. If you're logged in, it will automatically authenticate for you. If not, you'll need to log in and add that as well. So let's create a new Envira Gallery, and we'll use Instagram as the Envira Gallery type. Feed type, you can choose from my Instagram photos, and that just brings all of them in. You can choose to do the ones that you've liked, or a particular tag. Say if, since you're a photography site, you can do tag of photography. This gives you less control, but it will dynamically pull in all those items. And the number of photos to show, it'll just show the top. Let's show the top 10. We'll do the standard resolution. And you can link to that location if you want. And I'll click publish. I'm going to copy the shortcode there. We'll go to post and add new. I'll call it Instagram. And I'll add the shortcode here and publish. And if you remember, I said bring me in all the photos with tag of photograph. So you can see it can be a little random. To have a little bit more control over that, just go back into the Envira Gallery. Go to Instagram and maybe change that to photos that I've liked. That way I have more control over it, and it will bring in the photos that I have physically gone into Instagram and liked. And you see it, you have a little bit more control. So that's the Instagram add-on, which I love. Now, as we've been going in and setting these up, you've probably noticed that I kept going in to each gallery, and I kept clicking on config, and I kept having to change it to sleek, because sleek is the one I like, and I kept having to change the columns and stuff. Well, there's an add-on that you can go in. If you use every gallery a certain way, you can go into the add-ons section, and you want to add what's called the default add-on. When we install that and activate it, now I can go to Envira Gallery, go into Envira default settings, and let's edit that. What this is going to do is any new gallery that I set up, these default settings will be applied. So under config, I want it to be base 3. I like the sleek gallery theme, so I want that. Scrolling down, I don't think there's anything else I want from there. Under the light box, again, I like the sleek, and for me that's all. I can also choose to have enable it to come up, enable the pin it button to come up on all new ones, proofing and watermark and what have you, whatever other add-ons I have. So I'm going to click update, and now when I go in and add a new gallery, you see it says default, and if I look under config, normally by default this is 1, normally by default this is base, but now I've set that up to where most of the settings that I like, they're already there. And so all I have to do is add the images. And when I hit publish, I have a new gallery set up with those default settings. Now maybe you've noticed that every time I create an Envira Gallery, then I go into post. You can also do that to page, but I go into post every time and add a new post and then add the gallery. Well, you can add the add-on, standalone add-on, and when you activate that, now when we go into our galleries, when I go into photos, now I have a view. So I can view the gallery straight from there. It doesn't have to be added to any poster page. This is the gallery URL, and this is the gallery itself on a standalone. So no more adding to a poster page. You can share that directly. All right, now that we have set up your galleries, We're going to cover a couple of other plugins. The next plugin we're going to deal with is the Yoast SEO plugin. So I'll go to Plugins, Add New, and go to Yoast SEO. We'll install it, and then we'll activate it as well. And this helps with improving your search engine rankings with Google and as well as some of the other search engines by showing you best practices and things like that. So now you see that we've activated it, and if you want you can start the tour. We'll close this out as we'll go over it right now. So we have a new area over here under SEO, and we'll click on that. And under general, it's just the general settings. You can also restore to all default settings if you want. But let's go under your info. And under your info, this is your business name or your website name. You can enter that information here. And what this does is when you do a search on Google, it'll come up with this as your name of the company or the person. So that's why you want to fill this information out. Same thing with company or person. It's just telling them how to show your website on Google search results. Under Webmaster Tools, you can add any of your webmaster information. And when we're finished with everything, we'll just click Save Changes. Now let's go to Titles and Meta. And this is how Yoast will set up your titles on your page. We'll leave it like that, and it shows up here. So that's how it pulls that information in. We're happy with that. We're happy with the others as well. Under social, you can set up all the social network profiles that you have, and this will help pull in all of your identities online. And under Facebook, you can also set this up to where you show a default image as well as a default title and description. You can set up the Twitter and Pinterest as well, along with the Google+. Under the XML sitemaps, the XML sitemap that tells Google and any of your other search engines your pages and what to look for on your website. And you can set that up. We like the default. They have a pretty good setup there. We want to leave everything like that. Advanced. Some of the powerful items for using Yoast SEO, it comes on the posts page. Yoast will go through and qualify your keywords if you're looking to, say, rank for photography tips. This will be a great indication of how well you're doing. Once you enter the information, and then down here is the Yoast SEO area. This is what it will look like when you search and Google shows your page up in the rankings. You can enter a focus keyword here, and based on what you put in here, then Yoast goes through and gives you kind of a rating and things to work on. Obviously, we have no content right now, so that's red. But if you wanted to do this as a keyword topic, you go through and you add the content with this keyword in mind, and all of these reds and oranges should turn to green. So that's the powerful overview of how to deal with Yoast SEO. And that would also help you with ranking in Google. All right, the next plugin that we want to install is something that deals with our website speed. You can test the speed of your website by going to the Pingdom and doing a test. And this is a real-time test to show just how fast it takes for somebody to access your site. It'll also return basically a test result. It'll go through and test your site and it'll give you a performance grade. And right now this is at 75. It's likely because we have some images on there and whatnot. So that's the importance of adding the plugin called W3 Total Cache, and we'll install that now. So I'm going to go back to my plugins, add new, and I'm looking for W3 Total Cache, and you'll see it's right here. It's the one we want, so we'll install now, and we'll activate it as well. All right, once you have that, we have this performance tab over here. We'll want to go to the general settings. There are two main things that we want to work on. One is the page cache, and page caching is just a way to reduce the response time from your site to the server. Basically, you have images and other media that's on your site that rarely ever change. So you'll want to cache those to make it faster for people. So we'll do that one. And then the other one we're looking for is the browser cache. The browser cache is enabled. And basically what that does is when a person goes to the website for the first time, their browser will download all the needed files, all the scripting files and whatnot. The browser downloads it. That way when it goes to the next page, all that information is already in the browser and it doesn't take any time. So we're going to save that. And now we want to go to the browser cache area. And you basically want to click on, and you want to have all of these selected, all except for the 404 error. When you're finished with that, we'll just click Save Changes, Save All Settings. And what we can do now is we had a 75, so let's test it again, and we'll see what it comes up with the next time. And so now you've increased your performance. All right, so now we have gone through the whole process of creating a website, adding your hosting, setting up WordPress, installing a new photography site, adding a gallery for the site, and now all you need to do is go ahead and add your own content, your own information, and your site is ready to go to be a full photography site. If you like this video, click on the like button and go ahead and leave us a comment there. We'd love to hear from you. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest videos.